Louis, you're fine. Louis, can you be okay for 5 minutes while Mommy goes live? Let's see here. Making a few camera adjustments. That's Louis in the background. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are all of you guys? Let's see who we have on here. If you can do me a favor, if you can hit the thumbs up button and tell me where you're tuning in from in the comments below this video, that would be I would be very grateful for that. Also, you can hit the share button on this video. And let me know that you can hear me clearly. Welcome, Nathan. Welcome, Brandon. Looks like Facebook is sharing me to a limited audience because I spoke my mind about a certain topic, but that's okay. I'm a Pisces. We really don't get excited about audiences. So let's see here. I want to come on here today and I'll do a quick introduction. Those of you who are new here, I am Andrea Cox. I'm an intuitive healer and a detox specialist, a lot more well known in the detox industry, but I think I'm about to outgrow that in the spiritual realm. I'm extremely intuitive. My entire chart is made up of the 3 most intuitive signs, Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. So a lot of intuition there. I have 2 YouTube channels, Andrea Cox TV, which is all about wellness and health and detoxification, fasting, a lot of raw vegan recipes over there. And I also have the Detox Intuitive, and that is where I do a reading for each of the 12 zodiac signs each month. My dog is about to knock down my whole setup, possibly. Hello, Christine, welcome. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about pain and how we process pain. Louis seems to be in pain right now. He's agitated with me. He's agitated because he can't get to me. So maybe some of you are agitated. I always take things as intuitive signs because you can't get to someone. Maybe someone doesn't want you in their life anymore or what have you. And I'm going to teach you how to transmute that pain into either healing or creativity or giving to others. And this is vitally important. Welcome, Marie. So pain, the first thing we have to establish, there's really 5 things when we're dealing with pain. Some of you could be going through a breakup. Some of you could have lost a loved one. I know I lost my sweet rescue dog, Roger, in May, and that was extremely painful for me to deal with. But it was more painful leading up to it than it was when it actually, after it happened. Leading up to it and when it happened was extremely painful, but after, the healing was able to begin. So the first thing we have to do, number one, is we recognize that pain is not a feeling, and that's vitally important. So pain is not a feeling. What does that mean? Well, happiness is a feeling. Sadness is a feeling. Anger is a feeling. But pain, although we can feel pain, right? If we put our hand on a hot stove, we can feel it. It's actually not a feeling. It's not an emotion. It's a trauma to be worked through to obtain more growth, right, in our lives. So the first thing we have to recognize is pain is not a feeling. The second thing we have to recognize is there is a feeling behind the pain. And usually it's one of two. It's either sadness or anger. You're usually either angry at someone because you feel they caused you the pain, but that's really never the case. Or you're sad because you're missing someone, either that passed over, that you're not with anymore, etc. So those are the first two steps, recognizing that pain is not the feeling, and then recognizing the feeling behind the pain. The third step is to feel it. Feel the emotion behind the pain. So we have to feel things in order to heal them. And how many would you agree with that, right? You can heart it if you would agree with that. You have to feel it to heal it. You can't just put a Band-Aid over it, drink it away, eat it away, smoke it away, screw it away. You have to actually go in and find out where the pain originated from. So how do we find out where the pain originated from? We have to go way, way, way back, like to childhood. And sometimes some of us have to go into past lives. Some of you may believe in past lives, some of you may not. I do. So you have to go way back. You have to feel it to heal it. So that's step number 3. So the first step is identifying that pain is not an emotion. And number 2 is identifying the emotion behind the pain. And number 3 is we have to feel it to heal it. And you guys, I have to be honest with you. There's no script down here. There's my book, Eat Right, for my Zodiac, and 2 phones. I didn't write anything down. This is what came to me when I was upstairs putting my makeup on to come down here with all of you. I feel like we've got a lot of pain collectively because of what's going on in the world, and then a lot of untransmuted pain. But a lot of you are learning to transmute your pain into creativity and things of that nature. So the 4th step after we heal it is how to transmute it. We have to figure out what we're going to transmute our pain into. So for me, I almost always transmute my pain into one of 2 things. I transmute it into creativity and helping others. For some of you, transmuting your pain may be volunteering at like an animal shelter or a children's hospital or something of that nature. For others of you, transmuting your pain may be channeling it into your work, right? Maybe you get a lot of work done when you're going through pain. Now, if you're not healing properly, I'll tell you what will go on. Not knowing how to transmute your pain energetically will have you on the couch, sobbing, crying, watching TV, binge eating. Let me give you an example. A man or a woman who doesn't transmute their pain properly after a breakup will be on a dating site the next day, trying to find someone new, right? Even if they've been in a 10-year relationship, because they want to kind of just screw out the pain, right? They don't want to feel the pain, right? So it's important that we learn to feel the pain and transmute it into something that's actually going to not only help us heal, but to also help others heal. It's vitally important. Now, last but not least, and this is a really good healing process to remember, we need to be really diligent about not putting our pain onto others, right? You always hear that saying, hurt people, right? So someone who has been hurt and targeted for something may do that to another person, or they may put that on another person. We've all done that at some point in our life. People like to use the word narcissist a lot. People say, you know, if you're in a narcissistic relationship, you can repeat those tendencies with the next person. Very true. But we all have a little bit of that in us. So we have to be very mindful not to project our pain onto others. That's a very important healing process, right? So people who are in a lot of pain and have the awareness, I should have made 6 steps, the awareness that you are in pain, right? That should have been the first one. So we'll just go back and put that first. The first step really should be the awareness that you are in pain. So there's a lot of people, myself included, that can put on a really good mask when they're in pain, right? Maybe you have a pretty smile and you can just act like everything is la-di-da and that you're not in pain and you're really going through some serious stuff. I've been there, done that several times. And, you know, for a portion of us, it's kind of like, yeah, you know, fake it till you make it, get through the pain, work through the pain. When there could be another portion that is on the couch and sad and weeping and depressed. And a lot of times we can intertwine both of those if we're not aware and we don't address the pain. So let's just kind of go through these steps again. And then I'm gonna tell you how to transmute it into something positive. Thank you guys for joining. Feel free to tell me where you're tuning in from in the comments. Hit the share button. I think a lot of people could use this right now. The heart button. So the first step is to realize we're in pain and to realize that pain is not an emotion like anger, sadness, happiness. The second step is to figure out what emotion is behind the pain. And usually, I don't know anyone who has happiness hiding behind pain, right? Usually it's anger or sadness. And usually we're projecting that, we have to be mindful not to, onto the person that we feel caused the pain, right? Maybe someone did cause you a lot of pain. Maybe someone did you really wrong, right? But third step, you got to go way, 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 way back to childhood when you were little. And who caused you that type of pain the first time, right? So I'll just use this as just a hypothetical example. If you're in a relationship and the person abandons you, well, who abandoned you when you were younger? Who do you feel abandoned you? You know, it could have been a parent dying, could have been a parent that didn't have the time, you know, it could have been a sibling growing up and then you were kind of left in the lurch. And so, you know, we do a lot of things when we're younger because we don't know what's going on. You know, we create imaginary friends and we cause trouble to get attention and we do things like that. So go way back and figure out what originated, where the pain originated from. And some of you, if you can't figure it out from your childhood, you might have to do past life regression because we do come into this world, I feel, with a lot of past life stuff. So especially if you're an Aquarius or a Pisces, those are the elders of the zodiac, they have a lot of past life trauma. So then the fourth step would be to realize that, you know, we can't stuff it down with food, with alcohol. We have to feel it to heal it. So we have to actually feel into the pain. This is vitally, vitally, vitally important. We have to feel through it. I was on a FaceTime with a female client of mine. This was a few months ago, and we were connecting her higher self with a loved one's higher self, and she just started crying. And I secretly was like, yes, cry, you know, because I knew she was feeling her pain for the first time in a long time. And that's beautiful. That's a lot better than covering it up. and acting all happy, right? And then the last thing we want to do is we want to transmute that pain. So after we feel it and we have the big ugly face cry, right? That cry that is jaw-dropping and just makes us feel a whole hell of a lot better afterwards, right? We want to figure out how we can transmute that pain to not only make ourselves feel better, but maybe help other people. Doesn't mean we have to talk about our breakup or do anything like that, right? You guys don't have to become a public speaker because you went through something, but maybe it is. Maybe you do a TEDx talk. Maybe you channel it into your work. You know, if you're a nurse, you know, you can channel it into your patients and helping them feel their physical pain, knowing you are helping them. You're also healing yourself. If, you know, I don't know why this is coming to me, and this may be off topic, but I have a trash guy, and they come so early here on Tuesdays, and sometimes they come so early it's still dark out and I'm in bed, and sometimes I forget to take the trash cans down. And he knocked on my door one day because he saw I had trash sticking up out of the trash can over my wall around the house, and I thought, wow, that was really kind. So doing kind things for other people can help you transmute your pain into energy, right? Some of you, and you don't want to do this too much in the healing phase, right? When you're feeling your pain, but working out and being physical is a great way to heal pain. It's a great way to heal pain. So you got to feel it to heal it, and then transmute it into whatever works for you. I'm going to end this, you know, creatively, energetically, volunteering at an animal shelter, volunteering at a children's hospital, doing a video on it and talking about it to help other people that are going through the same thing, right? I'm going to end this by pulling an oracle card for us, and by playing a chakra healing singing bowl. And I think it's really going to help all of us just kind of think about our pain a little deeper, own it, honor it, give it a name. Maybe you name your pain. You know, you can name your pain like Fred or Sarah or whatever. Just don't name it after, you know, someone who caused you the pain. Give your pain a name. And that way you know when it's leaving. You're like, oh, Bob's leaving now. You know, 3 months later, 3 years later, hopefully not that long. But pain cracks us open to be more real, right? If we don't go through pain, we're pretty inauthentic, right? Your first heartbreak really cracks you open to be a more authentic person. By your third or fourth heartbreak, you're pretty like, you're like, okay. But try not to transmute your pain in a negative way. Stuffing it down was always my thing. I used to overeat with my pain. And then the last time I had significant pain, I went the other route. I got really thin. I didn't stuff it down. So, you know, it was because I was feeling it, but I was feeling it a little too much, you know, like for a few years I needed to be alone. And that was difficult. So we can really go one way or the other, right? Sometimes I'll feel pain over, like, you know, if someone I love I know is not feeling well or something, or if I think back about my dog Roger, or I get to looking at photos or in videos of him, I'll just start crying. But I'll take the time right then and there to actually feel my pain. I don't go downstairs and stuff it away with chocolate. I don't, you know, go overexert myself and climb a mountain, you know, and back down, which is good after you've healed. I don't find someone to sleep with. I don't get angry. I feel it. I don't blame others. So let's end with, I'll pull an oracle card for the collective, and we'll do just this quick singing bowl. I hope this helped you. Solitude. So be mindful of your solitude. It's so healing to be in solitude. Some have a tendency to be in solitude a little too much. I'm notorious for that myself. And fogged in, go slow, take time. Yeah, slow down. When you're in pain, it's never a time to jump into anything. We're in retrograde anyway, right? So when you're in pain, that's not really the right time. So slow down, take a step back, and make wise choices. I love you guys so much. If you guys all could do me a favor, I'm going to be on here less and less. If you want to follow my journey, you can follow me 3 ways. Well, you can follow me on Instagram at Raw Chef Andrea. I love that. That name's about to change on there. And you can follow me on YouTube, Andrea Cox TV. I'll link them below. Also the Detox Intuitive, I'll also link it below, but you can hop on over there right now and subscribe to both channels. And you can subscribe to my newsletter at andreacox.com. Thanks, you guys. Bye. Be well.